We all need good strategies that lead to positive, productive relationships with the people in our lives.
And since we cannot be with your kids in our clubs right now,
we developed this video series to share our favorite youth development tips and tricks with you.
Hey, you. Yeah, you. You ever thought about starting a garden? With this extended time that families have at home, a lot of DIY projects have increased significantly. And starting a garden is a DIY project. And it has lots of benefits like being inexpensive, and you can grow fresh produce for you and your family. So why not start that garden and grow fruits and vegetables that you and your family love? Working with soil and plants is an excellent stress reliever. It's an easy way to practice mindfulness, and for many people, it's a natural remedy for anxiety and worry. Don't forget to include your kids. Research, as well as spending time with your kids in our gardens, have taught us that kids that do garden eat more fruits and veggies. We all want to reap the benefits from our hard work. So eating from your garden is a perfect example of reaping what you sow. Lack of space? Don't worry, we got you. Whether you have a yard or not, gardening is possible. We have ideas specifically for those of you that live in apartment spaces and don't have access to a yard. And if you watch till the end, you will learn that you can have access to a garden, whether you have one at home or not. So, remember, gardening is possible for everyone.
Sunlight. Most flowering plants, like the kind that produce vegetables, need at least 6 to 8 hours of direct sun, which means balconies and rooftops are the best options. If you're gardening on a windowsill, choose plants that require less sunlight. Soil. Plants depend on their soil for water, air, and nutrients. A well-draining potting soil is helpful when having plants compacted in pots to help with airflow and prevent plants from holding too much water. Make sure your pots have holes in the bottom, and also be sure to put something underneath the pots. Water. Plants in containers need a lot of water, often multiple times a day. Choose a spot for your garden that has easy access to a water supply. Humidity. If you are growing your plants on an indoor windowsill, be careful not to dry out the plants if they're in direct light, but also not getting enough moisture from the air. This could happen, for example, if the heat or air conditioning is on in your house. Spray the plants with a little water to help keep the leaves moist. Wind. If your plants will be exposed to a lot of wind, like if they're on a balcony, you might need some added protection. Provide a wind block, such as a screen or railing. Herbs like basil or mint. Salad greens like butter lettuce or romaine lettuce. Tomatoes, especially cherry or squash tomatoes. Pick your plot. Preparing the soil and planting are just the first steps to a huge harvest. A level area that receives 6 to 8 hours of sunlight per day is ideal. New to gardening? Start small. Have basic garden tools. A few basic tools will do for your first efforts. As your expertise progresses, you can add specialized pieces. We suggest a small garden shovel to start. That's it. Time to dig. Set boundaries. Even gardens need healthy boundaries. Place a stake or a stick in each corner of your area and then start digging. Remove any rocks, roots, and other debris and break up the soil as you go along. Plant selection. Once you know what you're going to plant, do your research for your region and zone to get the most out of your harvest. A quick internet search for which garden vegetables grow best in my zip code will help you plan your plot. Sowing the seeds. It's best to plant seedlings on cloudy days to minimize the shock of transplanting. If that's not possible, plant in the morning while it's still cool. To sow seeds, follow the instructions on the seed packet.
Don't have land or space in your apartment to garden? Well, Atlanta has a few community gardens around the area, as well as pop-up gardens as a result of the shutdown. So if you do some research, you'll probably find some community gardens within your area. Also, a lot of local farmers are unable to sell to markets and restaurants, so they're creating opportunities for people to help farm in exchange for crops. Remember, share your gardening journey with us. We'd love to see how things grow. And when your child takes a bite of that one vegetable they said they would never eat, but they helped grow it, send us a picture. We love to celebrate your child's healthy choices with you.